People, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.
From the ground up, where football lives and breathes. Join us as we explore the heart of the game. This is Grassroots Gazette, from the ground up.
Football enthusiasts, today we are honoured to have the conversation with Ali, a former player who has transitioned into the role of FA Community Champion for women and girls in football. With her experience, dedication and overwhelming commitment to promoting women and girls in football, Ali has embarked on an inspiring journey with the grassroots football community. Join us as we delve into her experiences, the challenges she's encountered, and the impact that she's making as a role as a champion of women and girls in football. Welcome, Ali. Hey, how you doing, Ali? Welcome to Grassroots Gazette. Yeah.
Thank you. What a welcome, Karma. I just saw that intro. I'm
You're
gassed.
very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, so we're going to get straight into the first block, which is the personal block. So first question is full name, nicknames, and any social medias you want to share with us.
Oh gosh. Okay, so my government name is Alison Caroline Speechley, but I always go by Ali. I'm only ever called Alison if I'm in trouble. So yeah, I'm Ali. And then on social media, I just use the handle Coach Ali. So a lot of people in the football world know me as Coach Ali. In terms of my actual handles on different platforms, I've had to use all sorts of different ways of putting underscores in here, there, and everywhere. But yeah, if you look up Coach Ali, you'll be able to find me for sure.
Lovely, excellent. Okay, next one is how old are you and where are you from?
Oh gosh, I am 41 years of age, and I am from Lewisham in Southeast London.
South Londoner.
Yeah,
Lovely.
represent.
Okay. Who do you currently coach for, and where are they based? Are you coaching?
So I'm not coaching right now. I stopped coaching in October 2022. I just decided to take a little break out because I'd done it for the best part of a decade, alongside a full-time job. So I just needed a little breather. But so I'm not coaching an actual team at the moment. But what it gives me the lovely opportunity to do is go and do different like tournaments and festivals and different sort of football social events. So that's kind of my connection to the coaching world at the moment, obviously, as well as my role with the FA as community champion, which I guess we'll probably come on to.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, most of this is going to be about your coaching. So is it all right to you just dig
For
into that a
sure,
little
for
bit?
sure.
Lovely. Okay, so who or what motivated you to start coaching football?
It's a funny one because I never kind of set out with this really clear intention that I wanted to be a football coach. I kind of almost fell into it kind of by accident, but I was playing football at the time for a Sunday league team, which doesn't exist anymore, but it was called Clapham Kicks. And while I was doing that, the amateur FA and London FA were trying to support the FA into getting more women into coaching. So they offered every women's team in that league 2 free places to go on a level 1, what was then the level 1, what's now Introduction to Coaching Football. And no one in my club really wanted to do it. And I was just like, you know what, it's free. Like, may as well.
Yeah, might as well go and see.
And also, I will be honest, by that point, so at that point, I was probably around 31, and I was like marking 18-year-olds on a Sunday, and I was like, I don't know how long I'll play like this for. So maybe coaching might be a nice sort of space to take up in the game. So yeah, I kind of just went along to see what it was about. And then it was just a bit of a crazy journey from there ever since, really. But in terms of who motivated me to do it, if anything, it was probably like my 7-year-old self who never had the opportunity to play girls football, as it were, when I was a child. Like, I would always play with the boys and I was happy to play with the boys, but at that time I wasn't allowed to play in any official teams because they wouldn't let you play sort of mixed gender. So yeah, it was probably the little me that motivated me to do it.
Cool. I think you answered it within that question, but where or who did you train with? Because I know like there's different sectors of the FA. So who did you train with exactly?
To become a coach?
Yeah.
So that was so it was the English FA, but it was London FA that I did my coaching badges with. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, lovely. All right. You already answered this one as well. I think it's 10 years. How long have you been working as a coach or worked as a coach? Was it 10 years?
Yeah, so it was kind of it was probably, if we're being precise, it was probably around 8.5 years.
Okay.
But it's 10 years in the game, as it were, this month actually,
Nice.
in terms of
Congratulations.
thank you. Let's have a party. In terms of starting that coaching journey and then also evolving it into what I do now, which is probably more coach development, coach education.
Lovely. Excellent. Okay. Do you have any experiences coaching any other sports?
That's a good question. No, I don't actually, except for sometimes when you do a little bit of multi-sport, like some of the academies I've worked in as a football coach, we would do kind of multi-sports a bit.
Okay.
So I have done a little bit of futsal, and kind of basketball and things like that, but not in any. I
Not
wouldn't
like,
lay
yeah.
claim. I haven't got any qualifications. Wouldn't lay claim to it as an official coach. Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. All right. Next one is which football coach, if there is one, um, most influence your shaping style as a coach?
See, that's a really interesting question actually, because I grew up watching men play football, coach football, talk about football. um and so if anything, really, I think back to those managers, and being influenced, like even someone like Terry Venables, rest in peace, like,
Oh,
like those, that kind of, like the England coaches that coached the national team. Obviously I'm a Tottenham fan, which I know we might come on
it's all
to,
right. Don't worry. Don't worry. Safe space. Safe
it's
space.
all it's all friends here. It's all friends here. So yeah, like Tottenham managers as well. Like I guess in more recent times, like Pochettino. Like I know Chelsea fans at the moment will have
Yeah,
mixed views
yeah.
on him, but what the he did work miracles at Spurs, and
You
and
did.
I rate him as a kind of people person. Um, so I think, yeah, if anything, I was probably more heavily influenced by men in the game, because that was what I was exposed to, as it were. But obviously, I feel like as a woman, it's difficult to have a conversation without giving a shout out to someone like Emma Hayes, because she paved the way in so many respects, and
Mhm.
I'm actually excited to see her, what she does with the US
The
national
US
team.
saying, yeah.
And also because she's actually a Tottenham Hotspur fan, and not a lot of people,
I
not a
didn't
lot of
know
people
that.
know that. And so
Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to monitoring Emma. I'm going to monitor your social media once you've left Chelsea, because I want to see the shift.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, see, I never knew that because I knew that she was an assistant at Arsenal and then she went to Chelsea. Oh, she's got a little London thing going on right
Hey,
there.
so yeah.
That's
Um,
crazy. All right,
but
cool. Next question, probably a bit easier, is when you was coaching, what club was your dream club to coach for? And would it be Spurs? Because I know you're a Spurs supporter. Would that
yeah,
have been the dream destination?
yeah. So I did actually coach at Tottenham Hotspur. So
Bang.
I coached in their girls pathway when it was they were still trying to establish it. It looked quite different to how it looks now.
Right.
Um, and I also did a bit of coaching with Spurs Foundation just before we went into lockdown, actually.
Wow.
And
Okay.
I would encourage all football coaches actually at some point. I mean, I say this to all coaches: like try and coach in as many different environments as you can, because then you'll learn loads about yourself as a coach, but it will help you work out where you want to be as a coach and what type of environments sort of get the best out of you. But what I would say is always try and give foundation, like the sort of charitable arms that a lot of Premier League clubs have. Always try and work for a foundation of a club at some point, because I coached anything from like 5-year-old girls that had never kicked a football before, through to like teenage college boys, through to 65-year-old women who had waited their whole life to play walking football, because
Right.
that was their first exposure to football because of their generation. And I literally coached everything in between as well. So yeah, so I never thought when I started coaching I'm going to coach for Tottenham Hotspur, but I did actually do it. So
That's nice. That's excellent. Look at that. Yeah. All right. Next question. As a coach, do you have a pre-game ritual or any superstitions?
oh, I don't think I have any superstitions as such. Like I don't have like I've got to put this boot on, or I've got to have
Yeah,
this coaching book, or
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't really
All
have
that.
any superstitions as such. I think for me, like it's just trying to have a positive mindset, and trying to I try to be quite calm as a coach, because I know what it's like to be on the pitch, and it gets quite frantic on the pitch, and so I feel like on the touchline, I just my players know that I care, and that I'm going to help them when they need help. But I'm not one to like rant and rave on the touchline. So I think the pre-match is probably just about finding that kind of zen within myself.
Yeah,
Do I need to,
cool everything down. Yeah, I
yeah.
understand. That makes sense. What would you say was your coaching philosophy if you had one?
Yeah, so my coaching philosophy, or my approach to coaching, was kind of based around three key pillars, that I kind of try and do in my professional life anyway, away from coaching football as well, and that's engage, educate, and empower. And it was really just about, for me, football coaching is about teaching people
Mhm.
how to do something, and in order to teach them, I've got to reach them first. And so that means I need to engage with them. And I coached a lot of different types of people and players in my career. And it was a really great experience. And I was very privileged to have that experience of really flexing that muscle, as it were, of trying to work out how to engage with different groups and different individuals, and the best way to reach them as people so that I could influence them positively as footballers. And then obviously the empowerment part is twofold. It's about empowering them, because as I say, when it comes to game day and they're on the pitch and they're playing that game, it's kind of like my talking was all done during training, right?
Yeah,
Like this
yeah.
is your time to shine. Um, but so it's about empowering them to do it for themselves. But also football coaching really empowered me, not just when I was coaching, but as an individual, like in my private life and in my professional life outside of sport.
Nice.
So yeah, empowerment was always a big part of it as well.
I like that. That's great. Okay, next one is, so you have niche coaches and you have all rounders. Which do you believe is best for the team, and which would you say you was?
Ooh, niche as in like position specific,
Yeah,
or like
like in the Premier League, they got like free kick specialists, they got
yeah,
the
goalkeeper.
goalkeepers, they
Yeah, yeah.
get, but then like lower down, they don't have the money to have all
Yeah,
these.
you gotta
You
you
know what I
gotta
mean?
be all
So
of it.
yeah, you gotta be the all rounder. But if like it was optional for grassroots to have that, do you think that is better or the all rounder is better? And obviously, what do you think you was?
So I would say when I was doing community um, coaching, I had to be an all rounder, as you say, because
Yeah.
the money and the facilities are the resources aren't there to be anything else. But when I worked in academies, so I coached in Mill Lionesses and also Chelsea Women's Academy. And when I was in those environments, especially somewhere like Chelsea, and it pains me as a Spurs fan to say it, but the facilities at Cobham are unreal, and that includes the
Ridiculous.
resources. So we had two goalkeeper coaches for our age group, not just one, but two. Um, so and then we had specialist physios and a team doctor, and like it was a
Yeah,
madness.
every
So
detail is covered in it. Yeah.
right. And then like when the girls started their periods, and then we had like this menstrual cycle specialist, and
Jeez. Yeah.
it was,
Yeah.
and that's why I pay homage to Emma, because she created that pathway, and she created those amazing facilities and resources for not just for the women's first team, but for the whole girls academy. Um, so I think if money's not an object, yes, I'm all for expertise, because I say this in my career as well as in my football life. Like I don't know it all, and I've never professed to know it all. And
That's
I love surrounding myself by like with experts, because I want to be a sponge and I want to try and learn. But I'm also happy to hand over to the experts as well and go like, you do your thing with these players.
yeah.
So yeah, I feel like that's a bit of a cop out answer, but yeah, I feel like in an ideal world,
Yeah.
get the experts in.
Get the experts in. Fair enough. Fair enough. Lovely. Next one is, what do you think makes a good coach or a great coach? Even what do you think makes one?
I think it's a few different skill sets, but I think up there for me, one of the biggest ones has to be empathy and being able to understand different types of people, because we always say that, like, people first, like, yes, they are footballers, and yes, they want to win, because I want to win too. We all want to win, and I think anyone who tells you different in sport isn't being completely
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
I'm talking even like 6-year-olds, like, in football in the park, they still want to win, and they'll
Everyone
let
wants
you
to win.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't know, I think one of the lessons I learned really quickly as a coach early on was, if you're doing some kind of, you set up a practice and you're doing some kind of competition where you've said, oh, you're going to get 3 points if you do this, and
Yeah.
5 points. Don't create that foolishness to yourself, because they will come up to you and they'll be like, well, I've got 18 points because I did this, and you haven't been tracking it in your head. So yeah, I think so. Yes, we want to win, but I think for me, it's always been really important about how we win. And for me, that's about having that empathy with your players to understand that they haven't just arrived at your football session as some sort of football robot. They've arrived as a person. They've brought their day with them, their week,
Right.
their year, their life with them. So I think that's the key skill for me.
Cool. I like that. All right. This one here is a bit of a promotion one. If you can, could you give me a shout? Could you shout out 1 to 3 coaches that you think should have some more light on them? Like coaches,
Oh gosh, oh my god, the pressure. And then when people watch this as well, they're like, hey, you didn't
You
say
didn't
me.
mention me.
Oh my god, I'm actually sweating. First and foremost, I'm gonna go with my partner in crime, my podcast co-host, but also she does the work with me in London for the community champion work, which is Steph Fairbairn. And I hope I said her surname right, because everyone always gets her surname wrong. She's a brilliant coach. She's coaching at Girls United at the moment, which is an amazing setup, grassroots initiative for girls in South London. Oh my god, the pressure of this.
My
Like,
bad.
you know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to visualize my Instagram.
And mark your calendars. Wednesdays at 12 noon, we're going live, and you won't want to miss a single play. Bar Level Sports Show, raising the bar on sports commentary. Be there or miss out on the game-changing excitement.
With the Bar Level Sports Show, your midweek sports fix. Join us live every Wednesday at 12 noon with your hosts Karma and MC50. Fast-paced, dynamic, and always on point, the Bar Level Sports Show, where the action never stops.
Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.
What's good, people? We back on the forward. Welcome back to Bar Level. We dire. And we just get a few bits on screen and then we get straight into this because it's on and popping. I don't even know how many topics I've got today. There's a few. Hold on a minute. Let me just count them. I normally write it down. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 topics to back foot. 3 of them are reaction videos at the end. The first 2 are predictions and stuff. So we're just going to fly through it. We're going to keep it funky. Hold on a minute. I just seen something. So let me just go and fix something. Stay right there, people. I'm here with y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate that each and every time. You heard me? All right. So I just have to fix something real quick. All right. So, you know what? This light makes it so I don't need to be that bright. There we go. Nice. All right, people. So here we go. We're going to start with the Premier League prediction check from last week. So we're going to do that from last Saturday up until yesterday. And we have some games today as well. And then we're going to go through the predictions for this week, starting from Thursday till Sunday. Yeah. So we're going to break it up. So let's go first. We go into the Premier League prediction checks. All right. So we're flying back to last week. Last week, Saturday, Luton versus Brentford. By the way, Fives ain't here with me today. He's not well. You know what I'm saying? So next week, hopefully he will be back in the dig me. That's what happens when you're jumping from climate to climate. You dig? All right. So we got Luton versus Brentford. 5 said 2-2 draw. I said 2-1 to Luton. It was 5-1 to Brentford. Ridiculous. Sheffield United versus Burnley. 5 said 3-1. I agreed 3-1. It was actually 4-1. God damn it, we missed out by 1. Wolves versus Arsenal. I said 4-2. 5 said 4-2 Arsenal. I said 3-1 to the Arsenal. It was 2-0. Clean sheet, baby. We keep that wrapped. All right, we're going to the Sunday. Everton versus Forest. Crazy. Anyway, 5 said 3-1 to Forest. I said 3-2 to Forest. It was 2-0 to Everton. If you know, you know. Conspiracy. Villa versus Bournemouth. Us 5 said 3-2 to Villa. I said 3-1 to Villa. It was 3-1 to Villa. Me got that one. Palace versus West Ham. 5 said 2-2 draw. I agreed 2-2 draw. It was 5-2 to Palace. Let that be known. Fulham versus Liverpool. I said 3-1 to Fulham. No, 5 said 3-1 to Fulham. When I said 2-2 draw, it was 3-1 to Liverpool. I keep forgetting that I got 5s down here because it's been like a month that he hasn't been it. Right. And yesterday, Tuesday, we got Arsenal versus Chelsea at home. 5 said 3-2 to Arsenal. And I agreed 3-2 to Arsenal. It was 5-0, blood. I don't know where I was thinking, but it's just they're one of them teams. They're up and down, and then they want to play when it comes to the big names. That's when they want to play. So I was like, But either way, I was giving a victory to my team, but we did that beautifully. All right, today is Wednesday. Yeah, there's 4 games today. Wolves versus Bournemouth. Just to recap, 5 said it's going to be 4-2 to Bournemouth. I said it's going to be 2-1 to Wolves. Palace versus Newcastle. 5 said 2-1 to Palace. I agreed 2-1. Everton versus Liverpool. 5 said 2-1 to Everton. I say 3-1 to Liverpool. Last game of the day is Man United versus Sheffield United. 5 said 5-1 to United. I say 3-1 to United. Those ones we're going to have to check next week. Yeah, those ones we're going to have to check next week. So we've done the first bit. Now I'm going to start with tomorrow's, Thursday's prediction. And then we're going to keep it pushing until Sunday after this.
I'm a player, 'cause I got bitches everywhere.
All right, people, as I said, 5s ain't here, so it's just my predictions today. Get me? So here we go. Brighton versus City. Oh, City could go over there and spank them. Brighton have not been doing what they're supposed to be doing, but this league is, you can't pick this league, so I'm just going to call it I'm just going to call it with that thinking. You can't really call this. So I'm saying 2-1 to Brighton. And of course, I want to manifest something. Even though I predicted Liverpool going to beat Everton, I still want Everton to win. But you know what I'm saying? I just don't want to be stupid about it, because you can wish for things and you can try and manifest things. It don't mean it go happen. But I think there's more of a chance Brighton could do something to City than Everton can do something to Liverpool, even though that's a derby. You get me? Everything goes up in the air, and they're fighting for pride over there, Everton. Okay, so it's just one game on a Thursday. We go into the weekend, starting with West Ham versus Liverpool. Nah, man, West Ham been getting slapped up. I lie. What was their last game? What was their last game against Palace? They got spanked, didn't they? So you think, what's Liverpool going to do? I'm going to try and say that I think it might be 3-2 to Liverpool, but I hope West Ham can do something, hold a draw or something, but I think that Liverpool can still go over there and do something. Fulham versus Palace. What did Fulham do in their last game? They get beat by Liverpool. Palace spanked West Ham. Yeah, let's go with Palace, man. I'm going with Palace 3-1, even though it's at the Cottage. 3-1 to Palace. Man United versus Burnley. What? Company? You know you want to do something. You know you want to do something, but can they pull it off? I don't know, man. Man United are shaky, They're up and down themselves, but I think they're going to spank Sheffield United, and then this is going to be a little bit of a fight, even though it's at Old Trafford. So I'm going to say a 2-2 draw. Yeah, hold that. You get me? Newcastle versus Sheffield United, 5-1. I'm not even going to... It's at St. James's. 5-1. You get me? To Newcastle. Please, come on now. Behave yourself. Right? What else we got? Wolves versus Luton. Luton, man, you've been letting me down, man. I've been backing you all the time. If I don't back you, I'll give you a draw. You know what I mean? Or unless you're coming against Arsenal and then I say you're straight losing. You underdig me? I even backed you against City and then you got a spanking. So that's kind of my fault. But versus Wolves. Wolves need to fight. You get me? Wolves need to fight. They need to fight. It depends on how they get treated at Bournemouth. Tonight. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna go 2-2 draw. You get me? There's something about Luton, man. I don't want Luton to go down. I really don't. I like that they're there. You get me? Everton versus Brentford. Everton are fighters, you know. They're actually fighters. They're actually fighters when they should be anyway. It's your job to play ball. You should be doing this anyway. But I think Brentford might have a bit much for them. So I'm going to say 3-2 Brentford. It could go the other way, but I'm going to say 3-2 Brentford. Villa versus Chelsea. Now, Chelsea like to... It's like everyone's having these games, man. Chelsea like to show up for the big clubs. Well, not always. Show up for the big clubs. But I think Palmer might be back because he wasn't there yesterday against Arsenal. But Villa on a run, man. I'm going Villa, man. And it's down there in Brum. 3-1 to Villa. Maybe 3-2 if Palmer's playing, but 3-1 to Villa. Sunday, we've got 3 games. Bournemouth versus Brighton. Again, see how they do against Wolves. But I'm going to go with Brighton and say 3-1 to Brighton. Even though it should be, it might even be 2-1 to Brighton, but I think it's going to be, I'm going to say 3-1 just to see. North London Derby. North London Derby. All right, it's like this. If Big Ange hasn't heeded yet, and want to play that high line, we're going to smoke you. If he comes with a plan, different thing. If he comes with a plan, different thing. But I'm still saying 3-1 to Arsenal. You get me? It is what it is. I'm thinking 3-1 if he comes with a plan. If he don't come with a plan and he want to stick to that high line shit, it could get dangerous. It could get Chelsea fired up in that bitch. Real talk. Last game of the weekend, Forest versus City. Again, sorry, City. I know I did it on Thursday, as in for the game tomorrow. I'm manifesting Brighton beat you 2-1. I'm manifesting Forest beat you 1-0, bruv. Say something. You're probably going to spank Forest, but is what it is. I don't care. I'm saying stuff. You dig me? Don't care. Saying stuff. Right. Now, we're going to go quickly into the WSL fixtures. Yes, sir. Hold tight, people. Hold tight.
I got my girl, you got your man. Keep it cool, nothing has to change. Just take my
number and save it under a different name. It's my guy Dro. You heard me? This ain't Jersey. All right, let's view these fixtures. What's that? Week 20. Yeah, man. Week 20. Let me pull it on there for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Right, there it is. So, we've got Everton versus Arsenal, which I will be doing a live watch along to. It's on BBC 2 as well. Nice. Yeah, man. 5-0. 5-0. I don't even know where Everton are in the table. Check that in a minute. But 5-0 to the Arsenal women. Tottenham versus Brighton. If I'm honest, I don't really watch Brighton like that. You know, obviously, unless they're playing my girls. But I think I'm going to take that. Probably be about 3-1, 3-2 to Tottenham. Villa versus West Ham. What's it called? What's their colours called? Clatten. The Clash of the Clattons. Who's got the better players? Villa or West Ham? I think it is Villa. I think it's. You get me? They got a couple peoples. You get me? They got Alicia over there. They got Jordan Nobbs over there. They got a couple girls over there still. West Ham, I'm not even too sure who they got. I know they got a couple, but it's not like Villa. Villa got a few, like a good 6 girls that could do stuff. So Villa probably 4-1 to Villa. United versus Leicester. The way that United are playing now, 6-0, 6-1. It's going to be a lot of goals in. City versus Bristol, 5-0. Get me? Don't let flipping Shaw get up in there and hurt you. It's going to be ridiculous. And then that's the weekend, right? That's the weekend, Sunday. And then they got one on the Wednesday, Liverpool versus Chelsea. Yo, that's a game right there. And I want Liverpool to win. You get me? I need them to win. They need to slow Chelsea down. I would love for Bristol to slow City down, but that's just not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? See, these are sadly the WSL is like the Premier League back in '92. You can call it off names. Who's playing? Who's playing? Well, Arsenal, Wimbledon. All right, done. Yes, you know what I mean? It's one of them ones. So this is hopeful. I'm hoping that Liverpool can take Chelsea maybe 1-0, 2-1. Yeah, 1-0, 2-1. And that is the predictions for week 20. There's only 3 weeks left, man. And it's done. 3 weeks left and it's done. WSL. Yeah. It's a quick thing. They need to make that league bigger, but they won't because it will just water it down. You got to have like the best of the best, innit? You know what I mean? But yeah, let me know what you guys are saying down below in the comments. Who you think's winning on that? You wanna dig me? All right, we coming up now. We're gonna hit the first topic, which is, sorry, let me get that off the screen. First topic, we're gonna talk about United fans. Tough sell. They're returning their tickets out here, boys. Getting deep. We're gonna talk about it.
I got my girl, you got your man. Keep it cool, nothing has to change. Just take one
number and save it under a different name. You know what? I messed up and I didn't save the goddamn page. Sorry, so now I gotta go find the page. Sorry. The article I meant to say. Right, found it. Let's put it on screen for you. Get me? Let me get right next to it. All right, so let's fly through this. Man United, forget that, it's normally the same. Man United informed their members on Monday that more tickets were available for their clash with Sheffield United due to the high number of returns by season ticket holders. The message went around less than 24 hours after the FA Cup penalty shootout victory over Coventry. Yeah, boy, United received criticism from the likes of Roy Keane following their narrow escape, with the Irishman claiming they looked embarrassed to win. Many supporters appear to have voted with their feet ahead of tonight's clash with Sheffield United. On Monday morning, the Red Devils informed fans that more tickets would be available for the match following the high number of tickets returned by season ticket holders. Upon seeing the message, Man United fans were left astonished by the state of their club that this club is in. One wrote on social media, "I support this club all my life and I've never seen anything like this," while a second responded, "Ten Hag effects." A third fumed, "This is why you need to fix up, just pathetic." And another one added, the fans are fed up of watching this crap." Why is crap a swear word? It's got asterisks in it. Fed up of watching this crap. Nobody wants to endure another 90 minutes of this team. Ten Hag 54 branded criticism of his side a disgrace in the wake of squeezing into the cup final. He said, "No, absolutely can't understand the reaction. Was it embarrassing? No, the reaction from you was embarrassing. In top football, it's about results. We made it through to the final and we deserve it, not just in this game, but also in the other games." But many pundits disagree with Ten Hag's assessment. After the game, Kane said they're in the After the game, Kane said they're in cup final. They've got the job done. But every time I see this Man United team, I don't like what I see. They're hard to like. They just play in moments. We talk about leadership. Characters. I don't see any of that in this Man United group. While Gary Neville said there's no explanation for how they are playing. The anger or the disappointment has gone out of many Manchester United fans' voices. We've got to a point where the FA Cup is a big thing. It's always been a big thing. I don't like when people say that. FA Cup is the FA Cup, blood. It's the most famous cup in the world. Jesus Christ. You've always said winning a trophy. What? You've always said winning a trophy a season is a real achievement, but it is a bizarre experience watching Man United, how bad they can be in games. There you go. That's different. Jamie Carragher, added the performance after performance, and I would imagine that the dressing room is probably the most embarrassed dressing room you could probably remember of a team that had won. They probably all just sat there looking at each other. It's a good job they didn't celebrate. Oh, but they did. And Rio Ferdinand said, what did he say? I don't even know. Is it echoes? Eons? I don't know. They cleared their decks. They cleared their desk at the top. Now they need to clear the desk at the bottom with the players. The former England defender added, "There's a player. There are players in there who aren't good enough, don't know what it is to be a Man United player. There hasn't been a culture that's been set in there. There needs to be a new DNA set and restart. There needs to be a new DNA set, and the reset starts at the top with the new people who have come in. Ten Hag's Man United future remains in the balance, with Thomas Tuchel reportedly having been contacted this week regarding the role. The Red Devils go into the clash with Sheffield United, 7th in the Premier League table, 16 points off the top Arsenal. They will face Man City. They will face Man City in next month's FA Cup final in a repeat of last year's showpiece, which saw United lose 2-1 to Pep Guardiola's treble-winning side. Yeah, I'm not surprised. They're all doing what Terry wants. Give back the tickets. Don't buy the shirts. All them kind of thing there. Terry from Football Terrace. Salute to Terry. You get me? He always says he tries to do it that way. You get me? He tries to do it that way. He's trying to get his voice heard that way. Trying not to be like over too negative. Just stating the facts and not giving them money. You know what I mean? And this is where it go hurt. Giving the tickets back, even though they're paid for, I'm assuming. You get a refund? You get a refund when you're a season ticket holder? A refund per game, do you? I don't know, boy. I never have enough money to be a ticket holder at Arsenal. I don't say never. I mean previously in life. You get me? Random game I can get to. Random game. But yeah, that's a sad fact there, boy. Because you know for a fact, well, I say you know for a fact, you'd hope for a fact that United is going to wipe Sheffield United out of the park, and it's at Man United, right? Did I check that right? Yeah, it's at Man United tonight. That's what I said. I said 3-1. Even 5 said 5-1. They should mollywop Sheffield United, but you just don't know. You know what I'm saying? You man struggle against what's it called? Coventry. And they're not even in the Prem. They're not even going to be coming to the Prem, which I thought they were. I thought they were in the fight, but they ain't. You know what I mean? But, all right, cool. Okay. Next topic, we're going to be talking about Arsenal, baby, and the spanking. Let's get into that. Because it's about to go down. Take a good look. You can see it's a good look. Get me. Petty Chelsea fans refuse to name Havertz on Twitter as the ex-Blue Star returns to haunt old side with 2 goals for Arsenal. Chelsea, I'm reading it twice. Chelsea refused to inform their fans that Kai had scored against them as he his former side. Arsenal ran rampant as they thrashed the Blues 5-0. 5-0, nada. You get nada. You get nada. You heard me? It was Pochettino's heaviest defeat as Chelsea manager. To make matters worse, Havertz scored twice. The German joined Arsenal from Stamford Bridge last summer and now has 11 Premier goals this season. And such was the pettiness of Chelsea's social media team that they could not even bring themselves to name Hazard as he fired in 2 goals in the second half. 2 second half time goals, Instead, on their official X account, Twitter, Chelsea simply informed their fans of its goal by tweeting "goal to the." Minutes later, they offered another update on her second goal, saying "goal to Arsenal." Chelsea were happy to name the Gunners' other goal scorers, Ben White and Trossard. Fans found the pettiness amusing, with one saying they're ashamed to say his name. Another wrote, sore losers. A third wrote, Havertz cooking them in the best thing they could. What? Havertz cooking them is the best thing that could have happened. Laugh emoji. Another wrote, he owns them. God, Havertz joined the Gunners from London rivals Chelsea in the summer following a 65 million deal. The German international Havertz, 24, was regarded as a flop at Chelsea, having failed to look comfortable as a number 9. It was assumed Mikel Arteta had planned to play Havertz in midfield to add physical and attacking qualities. In recent weeks, though, we have seen the German come into his own for Arsenal Arsenal leading the line. In fact, Havertz is developed as the perfect number 9 for the way Arsenal want to play. Arteta seems to have found a way to use Arteta. Arteta seems to have found a way to use Havertz to not only play to his strengths, but to unlock aspects of his game that made him one of the most highly rated young players in Germany. And that is the end of that. Get me? Should we just leave that up there, right there? Let's leave that up there, right there, so you can see that shit. What's going on? What's going? Butt hurt, blood. Butt hurt. Think we did that if Fabregas scored? Think we did that if Ashley Cole scored? You lot are butt hurt, man. That's embarrassing. That just shows you them people there that be running them things. They're not professional, blood. Them man are fans for real. You can't do that. How you do that? Blood? What's wrong? You upset? What's wrong with you? What's wrong? No, seriously, what's wrong? Tell me what's wrong. Are you upset about something? Something happened last night that I missed. Oh, hilarious. I want to know. Tell me, do you think that was petty? You think that was petty? And you can't put Havertz with other people like Rice, for instance. Rice showed respect when he scored that wonder goal to West Ham. He called out like, all right, cool. While everyone's like, what the fuck? That was a mad goal. Calm down, everyone. Chill out. Get me? It's normal. Just chill. Get me? No celebration. Then tap the Arsenal badge like, I'm here now. Nice. Respectful. Cool. Everyone and their mother has been dissing Havertz. You lucky he ain't due at Adebayo and run the length of the field to go and send for them man there. Because all the children, they saying that they bumped us and he's a flop. And the man ain't even played yet. They called him a flop. He ain't even played yet and they called him a flop. You get me? Then started working his way in. Get me? He was even frustrating me. He was frustrating us. I didn't let go, blood. Didn't let go. And now look, Wagwan. And it's just like today, it's not like he's only got 2 goals. You get me? He's been scoring goals where we need them. You get me? But I will say this. There's one thing, because I said it during my live, that like his first 3-4 opportunities, he needs to hit that ball. But I don't know if it's a coaching thing that he's been told. When you get the ball there, find someone. But he's in space to have a goal. I'm talking in the penalty area. I'm not talking outside the penalty area. In the penalty area. Come on, bruv. You get me? It was free. It was free. Yeah? There was 2 attempts that he wanted to try and pass. He thought he could give it to someone else and he messed up the flow. That was twice. The third time, yeah, it was written for him to pass it, but then he took a shot. I couldn't be mad at him because I've been asking him to shoot, literally in the same game. Shoot, man. Shoot when you're in the space. Shoot. So this time he did shoot. It got saved. We got a corner. You know what I'm saying? It was a shot. You know what I mean? He sent a defender, but the keeper was on it. Trossard was right there, though. He was literally coming in. It must have been, as soon as it was time for the pass to come, if Hazard had just looked at the corner of his eye, he would have seen it. But because he was, all right, cool, no one's here. Before Trossard got into shot, all right, no one's here, I'm going for shot. Cool, bruv, that's what you're supposed to do. Don't wait too long. You get me? Don't wait too long. You can do that when we 5 up. If we 5 up, you find yourself in the area, beautiful through ball, and you want to look around, see if someone else can tap it in. All right, cool, but not when the game is starting, not when you're 1-0. Get me? We have to stack them and rack them, baby. You have to stack them and rack them. But let me know, people, in the comments what you're talking about. Should Havertz have apologized? Do you still think that he's a flop? And what do you rate him now? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. And also, do you think Chelsea were petty for not putting his name in the tweets? Let me know down below. All right, we'll be right back. What's next up? Next up, we have to talk about some dog shit. Some Premier League players got arrested for SA. You know what I mean? Can't say the R word, the hard R word. You know what we're talking about. So, with that said, let's go. and it's about to go down. Is it on screen? Yes, it is. All right, let's get into this. I read this. I don't know why. Go on. Prem. SA. 2 Premier League footballers dramatically arrested over SA after cops swooped on club stadium. And you know what? Before in, I was like, oh God, please don't tell me it was Palmer, because he just weren't there. And then I found out he was just ill. I was like, oh my God. And you know what? You can't be saying, not that you can't be saying, but see, I know they're trying to hide the names so don't get in trouble before it's time for someone to get in trouble. Respect for that. But the fact that you just put it out there anyway, Premier League. So when someone ain't about now, you don't put that on their head. Them could be somewhere going in a different country, going to see grandma. And, oh yeah, 2 people who didn't play today. You get me? You can't... Journalists need to be better than that, man. Cops swooped on a football stadium in the arrest of 2 Premier League stars over the alleged SA. Only one of the players was at the ground in the police state. Only one of the players was at the ground in the police operation. That doesn't make any sense. Only one of the players was at the ground in the police operation at the weekend. I don't think that was worded perfectly. He was spoken to on suspicion of assault and evading and aiding and abetting. Sorry, dyslexic, mate. He was spoken to on suspicion of an assault and aiding and abetting the SA. Sorry, you know YouTube, they don't like you saying that word. Can't afford to be getting shut down again. Sources said he was allowed to leave the stadium after a brief interview before he was arrested later that night. Jesus Christ, the player 19 spent the night in the cells and was later quizzed by a detective under caution. His teammate, also 19, was arrested the following day and questioned on suspicion of SA. Yesterday, police said that the pair had been released on bail pending further inquiries. The alleged SA is said to have taken place on Friday night. The alleged victim contacted officers hours later and filed a formal complaint. The police spokesman said officers have arrested 2 men following the report of SA. A 19-year-old man was arrested on suspicion of assault, aiding and abetting the SA, and a second 19-year-old was arrested on the suspicion of the SA. Both men have since been released on police bail. A source said one of the players was at the club stadium. The police arrived wanting to speak to him. He was taken to a private room within the ground and was spoken to by the police. The player left the club with another individual and was formally arrested by the police later that night. Club insiders said talks have already begun over the next steps. It is unclear if the two arrested players have been suspended pending the outcome of the probe. Well, now we're going to know when we hear that someone's been suspended. It's them, innit? The club spokesman said as the matter is now in the hands of the police, the club will not be making further comment at this stage. The Premier League has been plagued with a series of high-profile sex scandals. Man United striker Mason Greenwood, 22, was suspended in 2022 after his arrest for attempted SA. The case was later dropped and he is now on loan at Spanish side Guffey with his girlfriend and child, the girl who accused him. Former Man City defender Benjamin Mendy, 29, was cleared of multiple SAs after two trials last year. He is now at French side Laurent. Their cases and others prompted the Premier League to launch a sexual consent lesson for all players. Really? Them kind of things is stupid. Sorry. I know people might be like, no, those couple of things is stupid. You get me? Those are the type of things people go on them kind of stupid courses so they don't have to do nothing else. It's like community service. You go take a class. Please. Silly. You ain't going to change no one's mind by taking them stupids, blood. You really think if someone is really about that life, actors going to help? When has that ever happened? Ever in life? Ever. Never. But Whoever those two are, if you did it, you deserve to be in a cage with Big Bubba so he can let you know how that feel. Straight up, I don't play with none of that shit. You get me? We don't do that. If women don't want to be in your presence, tell them to leave. If it's your yard, if it's their yard, run. You get me? Run. I would personally say if I was a footballer, I'm having surveillance all over my house. All over my house. You get me? Including the bathroom. You can kiss my ass because stuff can go down in the bathroom. You know what I mean? You can get freaky. You know what I mean? It's not like you're going to film someone going to the toilet and then put it online. You can't do that. It's called revenge or whatever it is. You know what I mean? You can't do that. You're going to get in trouble for it either way. Where did this come from? All that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So you're going to get involved either way. If someone steals it and puts it online, you're going to be involved in the very least. You know what I mean? So I don't care. I don't mind being involved as long as there's cameras rolling and sound, blood. I don't give a damn. Know that if I ever become famous, my house will have cameras everywhere and audio everywhere. And best believe if I am rich enough, I will have a little camera. Did you? Trust me, you can't trust nobody in this world. So the only thing that people will believe is their eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's not good enough there's too much corruption with evidence. Anything can go left. You know what I'm saying? Anything can go left. You think people that work in labs don't know people? Get me? You think people in labs aren't racist, don't have biases against other people? You think that don't happen? Please. Things happen, man. Police are biased. Everyone, lawyers, judges, everyone. You get me? There ain't no judge sitting on there with his little hammer with a blindfold because justice is meant to be blind, right? Yeah, everyone up in there that's judging can see and look. Yeah, I mean, look at evidence. How you know that evidence is real? I ain't got time for that, blood. Video. So the only thing that needs to be checked is from some tech person to say it's not been altered, it hasn't been edited, it hasn't been messed with. Then you're good to go. Look. You get me? As long as you ain't do nothing, look. I'm good to go, blood. Make sure you, man, are always filming. You get me? You gotta treat your yard and even your car anywhere personal to you. You gotta treat it like what's it called? 50 Shades, bruv. You get me? Not that if I even know too much about 50 Shades. I did buy the books, but they were boring. The first one, it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. It was dead, and the movie's worse. You get me? But them kind of contract things, oh yeah. You get me? And really and truly, because people say, you gotta say when you're recording. No, you don't. You just gotta have information up. Like you gotta have a sticker. You gotta have a tiny sticker underneath the lock of your door, and you'd have to use a magnifying glass to look at. When people have small print, as long as it's there, that's your business. If you ain't looking, you understand? But I would have it. I feel no way. This whole place is filmed. Whole place is filmed and you don't get to use your phones. Your phone's going safe at the door. You take it when you leave. Straight up and down, bruv. Straight up and down. These footballers forgetting themselves. You're forgetting. They're thinking, oh yeah, all I'm doing is making a lot of money playing a sport that I like to play. You can't have that kind of zone. You need to know life, blood. You get me? And that's probably why it's a mistake to give the babies money so early and they ain't experienced nothing. These are coming, literally, they signed to academies 8, 9 years old. Train, play, train into the bubble. And if you make it, you don't come out that bubble and then you're a professional. You don't come out that bubble and then you got other people kissing your ass, other companies, corporations kissing your ass. You don't know life. You don't know walking down the road, getting robbed. You don't know that. Yeah, people do try and rob footballers' homes, but you don't know nothing about being on having to walk home. I know you did that when you were probably little. Like you could go back. It's not the academy players. You have to go back to Rio, them man there. They had to travel to go train and they know about traveling. You get me? Paul Inton, them man there. To come from Ilford, you have to go on a mission. They know. You get me? Those players know. You get me? Alan Shearer, I'll bring him up. Man's a Newcastle guy, right? He left young, 14. Newcastle ain't want him. They didn't want to take him. He went down to Southampton. How far do you need to go, bruv? You understand? He learnt life down there. You ain't got mummy and daddy down there or no brothers and sisters or your local peoples down there. You on your own. You're going to learn. You don't hear certain scandals about certain man. You get me? You just don't. Because their man had to learn the hard way and they learnt life. Crazy, man. I don't even need no comments on this because it is what it is. Just like anything else. Once they get cleared, evidence is thing, the only people who I'm allowing to still talk shit are the victim, if she is a victim or he's a victim, and the people that love them. And I ain't talking about, oh yeah, I follow her. No, I'm talking about the people that made the victim, i.e. the parents, the grandparents, brothers and sisters. You can talk as much as you want because you're defending yours and you're going to believe them because I would mine. Everybody else, media and all that, you need to shut your mouth because it's embarrassing, especially when court clears it. I'm not talking about the family of the victim. They can carry on talking after the court clears it because it's an emotional thing and you're going to believe your people. Everyone else, you pay for the law, right? And you're always banging on about this and that authority. Shut your mouth, blood, especially with Greenwood. Shut your mouth. I hope he doesn't go back to United because he's a good baller. I don't want him to go to United. I hope he... But I think he's a United boy. You get me? As in a United fan, came through the academy, so he probably does want to come back. But boy, it's gonna be hard for him. Trust that. Trust that. All right, we got that out the way. All right, we're gonna fly back to United now. We're gonna talk about Anthony. He's gonna explain the cupping. I want to hear this. It's not a video. We're gonna read the article, but oh yeah, I want to hear this. So here we go, people. All right, gang. So here we go. Anthony breaks silence on his horrible Coventry celebration in post, claiming he was defending Man United fans. Oh, okay. Don't know how that means you're defending United fans, but let's see. Anthony has broken his silence on his controversial FA Cup semi-final celebration in a tweet claiming he was defending his Brazilian drew the air of footy fans. The irate, is that irate? I don't even know what that means. Of footy fans around the world for his antics after Manchester United's shootout victory over championship outfit Coventry City. Yeah, hopefully I can read it in here. And he has sensationally claimed he clapped his hands to his ears after Hoyland's winning penalty in response to the actions of some of Sky Blue stars during the shootout. He wrote on X, Coventry proved why they reached the semi-final. We seeked this spot in the final for our fans and we achieved it. The way our fans were treated by their people was not nice, and I, in the heat of the moment, I've reacted to the what? The provocation in the natural defense of my club. Did you? What did they do, blood? The 85 million man's actions were put to manager Erik ten Hag during his pre-match press conference on Tuesday ahead of Wednesday's visit to Sheffield United. The Dutchman sensationally defended his players' actions, initially deflecting by pointing towards the response by Harry Maguire, who graciously went over and shook the Coventry player's hands. Ten Hag said, "Did you see the reaction of Harry Maguire?" Yes, we saw the reaction of a man. You get me? That's what I'm saying. You saw the reaction of a man. Then addressing Anthony's action, he added he was provoked. He was provoked. That's why this was a reaction for that. You haven't seen the prophet. I can't even say the word. But he was provoked. You only see the reaction, but he should not do it. But he should not do it. All right, I want to hear what they said though. I've seen Harry Maguire straight after and the others, and we should acknowledge the performance of Coventry coming to that final and the comeback. Anthony's antics were lambasted by several former and current players, including Brentford's Neil Mumpe. He's a joker. I know what he said anyway. Mumpe, who was branded himself the Premier League's most disliked player, took to social media to share a clip of Anthony post-match antics. He accompanied the caption read, "Just for the record, not even I would do this. United booked their place in next month's final at Wembley with a narrow 4-2 shootout victory over the championship side. Over the championship playoff hopefuls, Ten Hag's troops threw away a 3-goal lead in the second half and it escaped major embarrassment when Victor Troop's extra time strike was ruled out for side. Yeah, boy, it's like that much. The former Ajax boss said of the near fatal collapse, we were 70 minutes totally dominating the game by far. The 3-0 must have been the good. What? And 3-0 must have been the game. Must have been. The game is closed, but the return for their side was very good. Is that it? Well, you don't even say what they did. So until you come out and say what they did, you're on your own, bruv. You cupped your ears to someone who had no business having a comeback against you. They had no business having a comeback against you. That's embarrassing. You get me? That's embarrassing. You were up 3. The game was done. The game was done. When that third goal in, I was like, Coventry, man. You don't meant to do better. Like, I had it on, but I wasn't really paying attention. Then goal. And I was like, all right, late, but all right, you scored your goal. Well done. Because their fans were going nuts when they scored their first goal. Coventry fans were dancing like they scored and it's 1-0. So big them up for that. They did come back, but when I saw they scored that 4th goal, I was like, oh my God. It was like Ten Hag is getting sacked in the morning. There's no way. He would have got sacked if they didn't get through. You know what I mean? Winning can save your life, man. Winning can save your life. Only some clubs that win don't save your life. Doesn't make no sense to me. You get me? You got to win. That's the bottom line. You can't sack someone after a win. I find that stupid. You can't sack someone after winning trophies. That's stupid. You have to sack them for doing wrong, not winning, losing games. Then you sack. You don't sack on a high. That makes no sense. They can walk out on a high. It's different. It's a different story. You don't sack on a high. Who sacks someone on a high? That's stupid. It's dumb. That'd be like Chicago Bulls getting rid of Jordan in the 90s while he's smashing up the place. You're like, you know what? It's time for a change. No, bruv. Not when you're winning. When it's no longer working, then it's time for a change. Crazy. But all right. That's that. I don't even know what I've written down, but the next topic has got something to do with Arsenal. I scribbled that down way too much, but I can see the word Arsenal. So we'll be back right after this.
Say I'm a player, cause I got bitches everywhere.
Okay. Now you can see it on screen too. Here we go right there. I wanted to put this on. This topic is Arsenal stars. Arsenal stars twerk queen wag shakes her booty in barely their trousers. I don't even know what that means. In barely their trousers as she snubs husband's big match versus Chelsea. See how they word that she snubbed her husband's game. Her husband plays over, right? That's his job. He ain't play. That's what he does, right? This woman here at least has a job. Yes, it's a twerk. She's twerking, but she's a twerk teacher, innit? So, and she's a queen because she's a champion twerker. That, all right. Jokes is jokes, and yeah, is what it is. The girl's gone to work, basically. Let's just call it that. Yeah, because some people wouldn't respect sport as work. Like you're just privileged to do something that you love, to play. You know what I'm saying? So some people don't even call that work. But once you get paid for something, that's your job. Once you're focused on it, that's your job. That's what you do. You understand? So why are you taking digs at her because she's gone to work? Her husband's gone to work, she's gone to work. I don't see the problem. But you know how the media are always begging her little butt, bless her little cottons. And this don't look like that's England in the window. But let's see anyway. So Kivior's wag left little to the imagination, lived up to her twerk queen nickname. Claudia stunned fans as she gave her bum a shake in barely their trousers. Is that what it's called? Barely their trousers. All right, cool. So I'm old. I don't know none of that shit. The dancer and the twerking instructor posted a raunchy clip on Instagram where she boasts 80,000 followers, and the 30-year-old revealed she was going to be the famous. Oh, that she was going to be at the famous Pineapple Dance Studios tonight for her class. That can't be that video. That doesn't look like England. England don't do multicolored buildings like that, but maybe the video is taken somewhere, and then she's actually here. Therefore, snubbing the chance. So she would have been at the Pineapple Studios class tonight. That was yesterday. Therefore, snubbing the chance to watch her husband play against Arsenal. Play in Arsenal's huge clash against Chelsea. The title charge chasers London derby kicks off half an hour before the twerk sensation shows off her moves. So she will be hoping Arsenal get the game wrapped up in the first 30 minutes. Taking a piss. Well, we scored in the first 30 minutes. Best believe that. Claudia is an award-winning twerker and was crowned Queen of Germany's twerk competition in 2017. She was also a semi-finalist in the European twerk competition in 2018. She is no stranger to grabbing the attention of fans. Recently stunning in a black leather, cat mask. Yeah, she was smoking. The beauty was also caught. The beauty has also caught the eye in a hot tub while on holiday with Kivior, and after wiggling her bum on the beach, she also soaked up the sun in Dubai. Yeah, I like that picture there. Although that picture is so, look at my bum. You can tell because she's on toes, so everything gets flexed. Like we don't know. You get me? She cute, man. She cute. Skinny. She's got a little bum, so I don't know exactly what she's twerking. But look, nice couple there, man. You know what I mean? Leave them alone. Let them do their thing. You know what I mean? They ain't loving thing. They ain't loving thing. See, look. The couple were recently married. Wonder where they at. Wonder where that is. That's not England, right? Although it could be. I don't think it is. But yeah, see? Just wanted to show that. I'm going to leave that picture up there because that's nice. I mean, that's nice. Big up Kivior, man. Big up your missus. Big up yourself. I just wanted to read about her, to tell you the truth. It's not a big wow. But again, journalists, man. Really? Really? So sometimes you lot take digs because all they do is show up and stand around and look pretty. Now this one here is gone to do her work. That's a problem. Kivior didn't even play. Oh, did he? I can't even remember now. Did he come on? I can't remember. He might have come on. Let me just double check because I could be wrong. So check that shit. No, Zinchenko came on for Tommy. Kivior didn't play. She would have come for what? She would have come for what? And you know what? Let me just double check that he was on the bench, because then she would have come to see him sit on the bench. That's what you lot wanted. You rather her do that. Let me see. Was he on the bench? Yes, he was on the bench. He was a sub. So you think her coming was called cancelling her class, her job, to come and sit down and watch her husband's co-workers play? Don't be stupid. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. You get me? That's dumb. Let me know down below what you think about that. Do you think that I'm insane? Do you think that, nah, she should have been there supporting that man? I know there's some people out there that's going to have the view of, yeah, she should have been supporting her man even though he didn't play, rather than shaking her ass. But she's not like she's shaking her ass. One, like, just cause. Like, she's on IG just shaking her ass. One. And she's earning her dough. You get me? And that's what she does. She's a twerk queen competition instructor thing. What do you want? What do you want? She's doing her thing. What do you want? I don't know. You get me? I don't know. But all right, cool. That's that. Look at me, I'll put my pen away. That's that. Next up, we're going to be talking Jude Bellingham. Looks to be the favourite for for the Ballon d'Or. So we're going to get into that. Let's go, man.
I got my girl, you got your man. Keep it cool, nothing has to change. Just take one.
Oops, sorry. All right, so here we go with this one. Jude Bellingham, El Clasico heroics, even though I heard that it wasn't a goal. Was that a thing? Anyway, it might come up. El Clasico heroics have put him in pole position to take football's most prestigious individual prize. The England star all but wrapped up his 36th La Liga title for Real Madrid when he proposed. I don't know what that says. when he tucked home a 91st minute winner against his fierce rival Barcelona on Sunday night. Real Madrid are now 11 points clear of Barcelona with just 6 games left to play before the league campaign reaches its conclusion, and it is in no small part thanks to the work of Bellingham and his sensational debut this season in Spain. The 20-year-old arrived in Madrid from Dortmund this summer in a deal worth 115 million, and he's looked like a bargain despite the eye-watering price tag. In his 36 appearances across all competitions this term, he has found the net an astonished 21 times and assisted another 10 goals too. As well as cruising towards the league title, he has helped Carlo Ancelotti's Madrid team book a place in the Champions League semi-final where they faced Bayern Munich. His jaw-dropping season has led to now being listed as the favourite to win the Ballon d'Or this year. William Hill have Bellingham at 5-2 to win the prestigious award, becoming the first Englishman to be honoured with the trophy since Michael Owen in 2001. He's ahead of some of world-class stars that will have to up their game if they are to catch up with Bellingham, who virtually has one hand on the award as things stand. Mbappe is second favourite at 3-1, while England teammate Harry Kane is third with 4-1. In fact, England's 23-year wait for a Ballon d'Or winner has a great chance of coming to an end this year, with Phil Foden also in the running for the trophy with his odds at 7-1. His Manchester United teammate Kevin De Bruyne, Hayden Carlin and Rodri are on the list of the top favourite to be bestowed with the honour, despite being knocked out of the Champions League by Bellingham and his Madrid teammates. With almost everyone who is tussling for the award like to win a major club trophy this season, the decision factor could be this summer's Euro tournament. Euro 2024 tournament, Bellingham, Foden and Kane will be critical cogs in Southgate's England side in Germany, while Rodri and Mbappe will be representing Spain and France respectively. Such stars as Vinicius Jr. and Lionel Messi, who are also in the running, will have to hope that they can pull off magic in the US this summer for the Copa America. Mo Salah, another competitor for the award, failed to win any international silverware this season with Egypt. When Egypt were eliminated from the AFCON in the last 16 after the winger picked up an injury. And that is the end of that. So that's a top 10 right there. What do you guys say about that? I'm not mad at that top 10. I don't think Mo should be in it this year. I don't think he should be in it this year. De Bruyne's done, Junior's done magic. I think Messi should be in it this year. You play for Inter Miami, man. Come out of that. I think Messi and Salah, they don't need to be in this list. Rodri, definitely. Haaland for last season, not so much this season, but probably as a package in it. He ain't going to do nothing at the Euros. I don't know if Norway is in it. Is it Norway or is it Denmark? It's Norway. He's Norwegian, yeah. I don't know if they're in it. Foden's been amazing this year. Harry Kane's been bussing up the Bundesliga, even though they ain't won the title, but he's been doing his own individual thing. And Mbappe's been Mbappe in it. Come on now. And Bellingham's just not the world. The world is that boy's right now. It just belongs to him. Straight up and down. I don't know why his picture ain't one of these pictures. Get me? I think Bellingham should win it. He should win it from now. There's nothing that can happen between now and Euros. It doesn't even matter if Mbappe wins the Euros, if Kane wins the Euros, if Foden wins the Euros, because if Kane and Foden win the Euros, that means Bellingham wins the Euros. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to beat any Englishman. Haaland can't win it. Rodri can win it with Spain. Is it Spanish? Is that what he said? Yeah. Rodri can win it with Spain. And Mbappe can win it with France. But I don't think there's going to be an Englishman better than Bellingham. Foden and Kane ain't going to do better than Bellingham. They're probably going to do as good, but then the rest of the season that's gone doesn't level up. I think he's clear. He's clear with it. What do you guys think? That's a top 10 right there. I don't believe Messi should be in it, and I don't believe Mo Salah should be in it. Let me know what you guys think about that. Get me? Let me know down below if the you think is, because I can't even think of who to replace Mo and Messi with. Get me? Maybe Erdegaard should be number 10. You get me? I'm not saying an Arsenal player should be up there winning it. You get me? I think Jude should win it. But Erdegaard should be at least number 10. And who could replace Messi? He's been kicking up dust. He's been making noise this year. Because I don't think Messi's been making noise. So I don't know why he's there. I can't think. Yeah. Definitely, I think Erdegaard could easily slip into that 10th spot, but I don't know who can slip into number 7 ahead of Messi, unless you just push everyone up and then we find an end. You get me? And then even Erdegaard will be number 9. You get me? And then find another person. I can't think. So maybe Messi could be number 10. You get me? Let know down below, people, what you saying, what you thinking. Next up, we're going back to Man United, boy, because they're listing up their managers, man. They're talking managers again, putting Ten Hag under pressure. I think there's a 7-man list. Let's talk about it.
Hottest takes, the latest scores, and the most electrifying moments in the world of sports. Don't miss out on the action. Tune in and turn up the intensity.
Okay, so Erik ten Hag's position at Man United manager is under increasing threat after the club's Wembley horror show. I laugh because, see, the way that they write stuff is funny because, yes, it was a horror show, but you can't end it like that. You have to say that they got through. They got through, bruv. You get me? Come on. The manager has struggled to improve the team since his arrival in 2022. Manchester United were millimeters from suffering a humiliating exit from the FA Cup to Coventry City. The Championship side had a late winning goal ruled out offside before the Red Devils prevailed via penalty shootout. Ten Hag appeared to be on thin ice ahead of the game as Man United were knocked out of the Champions League after finishing bottom of their group. The club is also on course to finish outside of the top 4 and miss out on European football altogether next season. Man United currently find themselves in 7th place, with Chelsea just 3 points behind them with a game in hand. Despite progressing into the final, Ten Hag's stock has fallen even further as Sir Jim and Amran Glazer watch on from the stands. It could be proved to be the final nail in the coffin that convinces the club to part ways with the Dutchman at the end of the season. This means that the club will be back in the market for the new manager for the 7th time since Sir Alex Ferguson's departure in 2013. Here we take a look at who could come through that door. All right, forgive me if I mess up names, but here we go. Thomas Tuchel, the former Chelsea, set to be out of work this summer as he leaves Bayern Munich. Despite a disappointing season in Germany, Tuchel has still got the club into the Champions League semi-final. Zinedine Zidane, the French manager, has been out of work since leaving Real Madrid in 2001. However, Zinedine is still very highly regarded for his success with the Liga Giants. Over the 2 spells at the club, he won 2 league titles and 3 Champions Leagues. It's not too shabby. Okay, McKinnon, the Ipswich boss, caught the eye over the last couple of seasons for his work in the Football League. He's led the Tractor Boys to a championship from League One and is now battling for a promotion spot to the Premier League. The Northern Irishman knows the Red Devils well. I spent 2 years in charge of the under-18s. Okay, trying to bring one of those. Michael Carrick, another manager who is dazzling in the Championship. Carrick has earned plaudits for his impressive Middlesbrough side that have challenged for the playoff spot in the last 2 seasons. Like McKenna, Carrick knows the necessary culture at United, having played at the club for 12 years. Yeah, but didn't Middlesbrough get beat by Leeds the other night? I'm sure they lost 4-3. Southgate, the England manager, will be out of contract later this year and could make a switch after the Euro. Southgate has taken the freelance to the World Cup semi-finals and the Euro final during his tenure as boss. Southgate gets the job. Should Southgate get the job at Old Trafford, he would already have a relationship with the likes of Marcus Rashford, Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw. Graham Potter, like Zinedine Zidane, Potter has been out of work why even say that, has been out of work for a while, having been sacked by Chelsea last season despite the strenuous regime at Stamford Bridge. Sir Jim Cliff still views Potter as an attractive option. The Englishman has proven he can build a team, as seen by his success at Brighton, Hove Albion and Swansea City. I don't know about Swansea, but he was doing bits. Nelsman, that you say it, I think that's how you say it. Nelsman could be the unlikely candidate, as he is contracted to Germany until after the 2026 World Cup. However, reports have suggested that his deal could be void should the team fail to get out of the group stage of the Euros. If in that case, the United could make a move to tempt the former Bayern Munich manager back to club football. All right, pundits' verdict on Ten Hag's future. Jamie Carragher, sacked. I don't see how Eric Ten Hag stays. It's just performance after performance. Gary Neville, stay if he wins the FA Cup. To sack a manager who's won 2 trophies in his first 2 seasons at the club, I think would be extreme. Me too. Louis Saha, on the fence. I don't see it as clearly, but they need changes from the players, but they need changes from him as well. Alan Shearer, sack. I believe the future of Man United. I believe the future of the Manchester United manager is already determined. Even if they win the FA Cup, I think he's gone. What do you say to that, people? Do you agree with these pundits right here? Jamie Carragher, Gary Neville, Saha, and Shearer. Do you agree with them? I'm going to lean into, I think, between Saha and Gary Neville is where I'm going to lean my opinion to, is how can you sack someone who's won? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it ain't been sexy. But he's won. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. It's weird. It'd be like if you're a landlord and someone is paying their rent on time, you're going to sack them because what other people pay a couple of days before? In your other buildings, other people pay a couple of days before. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You're here to win. He's winning scrappy as hell. But he's doing it. What do you want out of life? What do you want? But that goes the same for Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho. I don't know. Did Solskjaer win anything? I'm not too sure. I know he came second one time, but winning, lifting trophies. How are you sacking people after that? Yeah, me, man, turning into Chelsea. Yeah, me. I was not happy when Dino got sacked after winning the Champions League. That's stupid. The biggest trophy. You're gonna get the biggest cup trophy. Let's call it that because it ain't a league and a trophy. Although they're changing the format now, but the biggest cup trophy is the Champions League. You're gonna sack man after that. Crazy, but that just goes to show you that even some owners' eyes are wide open. It ain't about cups. They want titles. You get me? It's all nice. Anyone can win on their day in a knockout competition when you're in it. But yeah, I personally thought, as I told you, during that FA Cup game, I thought he was going to get sacked. If Coventry won, I believe he would have got sacked in the morning. But there ain't that many games left. You might as well just ride out. Ain't no one coming in to fix this today. You know what I mean? And going to fix the next few games. You ain't got time for that. You might as well just ride out with this brother here and see Wagwan. Clearly, you're not going to get relegated. You get me? But you're still in the race to win something. You get me? To win something. Why would you just dash that out of the way? I don't understand that. All right, people. Let me know what you're saying down below. Next up, we're talking Eddie Howe. He's talking about selling somebody for the FFP. So let's get into that. Because it's about to go down. See that report? He's such a little moody fart. Look at his face. All right. Eddie Howe admits that star striker Callum Wilson may leave Newcastle to ease FFP worries in summer transfer. First of all, hilarious. Hi, you got the worried face. You might lose Callum. You might lose Isaac, blood. You might lose Bruno, blood. Yeah, real man them. Chan dash away Callum. Let's read this. I don't even know how Callum is. Yeah, I mean, Eddie Howe has admitted that Callum Wilson could be sold in the summer. Newcastle could cash in on striker. Pardon me, cash in on the striker in order to ease FFP concerns. Wilson, 32, has struggled for fitness this season, has only featured in 16 Premier League games. He ain't gonna get you lot no money, blood. 32. You lucky someone give you 10 mil. You lucky. If someone give you 10 mil for that, bite their hand off, bruv. Crazy. Man's only played 16 games this season. You lot are insane. He has been effective when on the pitch, managing 7 goals and 1 assist. Wilson was linked with a move away from St James's Park in January, with Chelsea and West Ham mooted as destination. He should have gone to either of them as well, and he would have been playing. The manager is a big fan of the former Bournemouth striker and is concerned about replacing him. It is undoubted how I feel about Callum, how I feel about his qualities and what he can offer the team. If you lose a player of that quality, and then find a player of equal standard will cost the club a lot of money. That's always the big talking point about business we do in the summer. If you lose a player, how can you replace him with the same quality with financial fair play implications around the corner? There's a lot to think about. Howe has also called on Wilson to stay fit for the prolonged period in order to help the team. He added, I think every player has a point to prove every time they pull on Newcastle's shirt. I don't think Callum Wilson necessarily has a point to prove in terms of his ability and what he can deliver. That's undoubted. We would like him to stay fit for a prolonged period of time and to be able to execute that on a consistent basis. So there is a sort of a double-edged meaning to my answer. I want every player to have that burning desire every single game to fulfill their own ambitions, and certainly Callum has very big ambitions still. He's still a very young player and can make a big difference for us. Alexandra Isaac is also another potential player who could be moved on in the summer. The Swedish striker has been linked with a big money move to Arsenal, and Mikel Arteta looks to bolster his attacking options. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know where you're going with Callum. Who wants Callum, bruv? No disrespect. He's 32. Who wants him now? Only people that are going to want him now are someone struggling for bits, i.e. Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? Did it say West Ham? West Ham are trying to get rid of Anthony. Ain't he 31? They ain't going to want a 32-year-old. Yeah, I mean, even if they do, that's squad talk. They don't want you to stay and be like, you're the main guy. Callum will be bought like Newcastle bought Woods. Is that? No, get me? No disrespect. He's annoying. He's a problem, but he ain't no long-term solution. He's gonna buy him for next season only. Real talk, only. The only way that I can see him is he'll move to a club that's coming up. Man like Leicester and that. He'll go there, help them for a season. Yeah, I mean, if Luton stay up, they should grab him. He's not going to no top team, bruv. So you're not getting no big P. You know what I mean? You might get a player swap. You might get 2 teams for him. Something like that. You know what I mean? And a mil. You're not getting nothing for Callum, in my eyes. You might as well just let him chill and retire with you lot. I don't think he's doing much. So I think really the real headache is Isaac and Bruno. That's who Newcastle need to be worried about. And let me know in the comments what you're saying. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think, the one to sell is Callum? Get me? Because I don't think they're getting 10 mil for him, personally. He's 32. And he's not, that I can't even think of anyone. But, imagine a vet striker. Like, I have to go, Andy Cole just got put into the Hall of Fame. Andy Cole, right. You know what I'm saying? Not at 32, bruv. Get me? When West Ham got Ian, I didn't see no big celebration for getting Ian right. It's a wrap now. It's rap. Them man, they don't go to these teams. Certain man don't go to these teams. He's come from Bournemouth to go to Newcastle. I'm not sure if Eddie bought him or if he was bought away from Eddie. I can't remember. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember. But either way, that's what I'm saying. Man come from Bournemouth, bruv. There's levels to the game. But you let me know down in the comments what you are saying. All right. We've got one more side piece. So it's not really football. but it's football news, it's football related. Get me? Vardy. Not Jamie Vardy. I took his her ex baby daddy. It's been a naughty boy. Let's talk about it.
Say I'm a player, cause I got bitches everywhere.
Player, you can't play her, but if you play her, you know. Vardy. There she is there, Rebecca Vardy, furious after full ex and dad to one of her child foster jail for running cannabis factory. I guess he wasn't in the state. Luke Foster, 38, got 3 years last month after admitting charges with 2 others. I really thought that was a zoot in his hand, but it's his key to the car. I was going to say that's not good. The ex-Oxford United and Preston North End defender is serving his jail term in Her Majesty's Nottingham prison. Blood. He dated Becky for 6 years until 2013, and the pair have a son together. But their bitter split with Becky meeting Leicester City's Jamie Vardy months later and marrying him in 2016 saw repeated clashes in the media. I never noticed that. Probably because I don't really give a damn. Yesterday, a source said of Foster's conviction, "This is devastating for Becky. She's only just found out about this, and of course she's furious. It's outrageous. Her sole concern is to protect her son, making sure he's surrounded by people who love him, and that this has zero impact on his education and anything else that could affect the teenage boy." Foster also faces proceedings of Crime Act hearing in July. Foster met Becky in 2007 while signed for Oxford, and the pair welcomed a son, but split in 2013, months before she met Premier League winner Jamie while she was working as a nightclub promoter, marrying in 2016 at Pickford Castle, Cheshire. 2017, when his ex was a contestant on ITV's I'm a Celebrity. Me out there, Foster claimed Becky liked the thing. Oh, shit. Becky liked the things in life. Oh my God, I thought I said finger. I'm about to say, bruv. Damn. She wanted the biggest house on the street, expensive handbags. She drove my Merc, and I had a Prosciutto. She drove my... Okay, she wouldn't even let me drive my own car. I paid for, couldn't really afford. I'd get another credit card. Eventually, it all came crumbling down. But responding in a statement at the time, a spokeswoman for Becky insisted, "It's upsetting. Luke felt the need to sell yet another untrue story on the mother of his son. He has already made these claims via a friend in another newspaper over 18 months ago, and Miss Vardy made it very clear that she had separated from Mr. Foster months before meeting Jamie Vardy. Although a good mother, she kept their family together in the same house for another couple of months so that the children had a normal Christmas without being uprooted and distracted. Mr. Foster has a new girlfriend and a new baby. He should put his efforts into focusing on them instead of still trying to hurt Miss Vardy and in turn hurt his son, who will no doubt hear about the stories at school." Becky had been married twice before to an electrician named Mark Godden, which lasted just 6 months before she had a brief fling with singer Peter Andre. Fucking hell, bruv. And a second time to a timeshare businessman, Steve Clark, which ended 10 months later after he was jailed for 2 years after killing 2 people in a head-on collision. Last night, spokesman for Becky declined to comment. Fucking hell, blood. She's been about it. Get me? Not saying that body count is high, but people get married a lot, man. You're getting married like fucking Richard Pryor, bruv. Just getting married sake. That's crazy. But she got her pregnant at the end of the day, innit? And he soon returned to the Premier League, boy. He soon returned. Get me? Seeing them man doing good. But I just wanted to have a non-football story, which is kind of related to football. That's funny. But that was a bit stupid. The bit about the teenage boy, please. There would nothing to his education. Shut up. That's stupid. That's dumb. You need to tell me all that stuff that she's been dealing with. That ain't gonna affect him. No, that's what I'm saying. Dad's got 122 weed plant and a little movement going on. That's gonna be shame. That ain't gonna be shame. That's not how kids roll. He's not gonna get shamed because his dad sold weed. You get me? You'll get more shame because his mum been out here, blood. That you get more shame for that. You get me? And weren't she the one trying to sell stories on Rooney? And now you got the chick tell your ex who actually knows you not to sell stories. That's what I gotta say. You get me? If they're lies, isn't it? Can't you get him for what's it called? Something about character. You're not allowed to shit on someone's character. I can't remember what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about. Begin with D. This something. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, found that a little funny. All right, next up, we got a couple of videos that I want to react to. I'm going to try and not watch the whole videos because some of them are long. I just want you to get the point and then give my little view, and then you lot can check them out yourself. So we'll be back right after this. I think the first one up is, it's going to be Talk Sports. So it's going to be Simon versus Jim about Jose Mourinho. Jim's mindset, blood, is all right, we'll be back. Oh, am I still here? I just locked everything off by accident. I hit the wrong button. Oh, that's embarrassing. That's terrible. All right, now I've got to set shit up again. Stay right there, people. I was so getting into that. Hold on a minute, is that the right one? No, because I changed it on the wrong page. I changed it on my own page. All right. There we go. There. That's not the first one that I wanted to do. Maybe I saved them wrong. Sorry, the first one is Simon versus Jim. Yeah, there we go.
Speaking to the Telegraph, Simon, he's been open up about his time at Manchester United, and maybe more specifically where and when it went wrong. He says, my relationship with the former chief executive Ed Woodward was good. Good as in the personal point of view. Even now, we send an SMS. What is that, a text message?
Short message service.
That's lovely. But from a professional point of view, it was not the best. I am who I am. I am a football man. Ed comes from a different background. And what Ten Hag has in his time at Manchester United, I didn't have. I didn't have that level of support. I didn't have that level of trust. So I left sad because I felt I was in the...
You can see, you can hear it already. You can hear the bias already. That's why Simon just laughed.
Beginning of a process. Anyway, the process didn't happen, and we all know that that was it and it was time up. What's your take on that? I mean, he's suggesting that...
I'll take it. You're a clown. Just put on your yellow fucking tie, bruv, because we know you still work for them, man.
Ten Hag's got something at a different time that he didn't have in his time with Woodward, which probably isn't far off the mark. But he didn't help himself at the end, did he?
Jose's a winner, and he won at United.
Mourinho.
It depends what he is suggesting. Is he suggesting that the inclusion of Jim Radcliffe and the refocusing and the recalibrating of a clearly failing recruitment network that didn't give him what he wanted at the time because it wasn't fit for purpose under Ed Woodward is now being fixed, and Ten Hag is the beneficiary of that? Is he saying that the last 2 years that's been a situation as well, that Ten Hag's got more benefits? I'm not entirely sure what he's saying, but either which way, what he's criticising is the lack of support that he got. And when you think about the Mourinho, and I don't agree with the fact that Jose stayed in a hotel up in Manchester and that sort of stuff was allowed. I think he should have been based up in Manchester and been focused on the job that he was doing there. But a lot of the things that are happening at Manchester United in terms of the culture of the football club going down the Swanee, with players doing what they think they can do when they want to do it, how they want to do it, and not recognising the kind of club they're playing for, I think you can look back on Mourinho's time and say, well, his battles with Pogba, and some of the achievements he got with Manchester United in terms of winning a league, I think the League Cup and winning a UEFA Cup and finishing second in the league.
That's right. 2 trophies and then finishing second. That's not bad.
Were probably relatively decent achievements. And whether his behaviour at the end was darker than it needed to be, and perhaps his attitude and disposition with the media. Because I think when you think about Mourinho, he creates a very clandestine spirit inside football clubs. He gets people all against the world. It's all against the world.
And I kind of like that. I think Arteta's done that with Arsenal a little bit. I like that. That's good. That's good.
This conversation I had with John Terry the other day, it came evident to me that Mourinho's attitude with the Chelsea boys was, we're all together and everyone's against us. And that creates a certain outlook in the media that think of him in a certain way. And Jose can be divisive. And ultimately, he can also be very good at what he does. I still maintain the view that he's one of the greatest managers we've ever seen. I think he was a revelation when he came in 2004. I think he's done more things right than he's done wrong. But he will divide opinion because he's controversial. And he doesn't pull his punches, and he can be badly behaved in certain circumstances, as we've all seen. There's no point defending it. I don't think poking one of the other bench in the eye in the El Clasico is elegant management. I don't think...
Facts. It was ridiculous.
Some of the things that he said is elegant management. I think some of the things he said are also equally as brilliant. I think him calling Arsene
I knew he was going to go to it. How is that brilliant?
Wenger a specialist in failure is pretty bloody clever.
Yeah, but when the upshot at Roma, when he's screaming at Anthony Taylor in the car park...
Here comes Jim's bias.
Yeah, but that's because it's
in a European final.
We don't know how much, neither do you and neither do I, how many times altercations happens between referees, and the media took it and the media reported it and it got elevated, right? Because otherwise, and I know you're going to say that if he didn't do it, the media couldn't report it, and of course I understand that. But when we start talking about Anthony Taylor being assailed at the airport, it's A, because of Mourinho's behaviour, it's also because it was made into a song and dance by the media as well. Otherwise no one would be aware of it. But Mourinho shouldn't have done it.
There's no song and dance by the media.
No,
Mourinho...
Yes, there was a song and dance. You lot tried to make it out like Mourinho did something criminal, like he should be locked up. All he did was go behind the ref and started cussing him out. You're allowed to say your opinion, innit? Yeah, man. It's unfortunate that the ref had his family there. That's unfortunate. You know what I mean? It wasn't a good look. It didn't look good. But it's two grown-ass men having a debate. Then they buck up again somewhere else. Like, what do you want out of life?
Mourinho brought it on.
There was a song and dance. No, Jim, I have seen managers tear strips off referees in corridors, and it's never found its way into the media. I have seen that. Right? So it happens all the time.
Look at Jim. Yeah, trying to think of a comeback. You got nothing, bruv.
But Josie did it in public in a car park.
Because Mourinho's done it.
Yeah.
And I've seen it done in public places.
No, but he chose to do it publicly in that car park.
Well, who was there?
That's stupid. He chose to do it in the car park. Like he spent months going, you know what? When the referee does something that I don't like, I'm going to find him in an airport car park somewhere. I'm going to make sure that people are filming. Dickhead. But he chose. Man saw him and then went. The reaction.
Who was there?
Who was there? Who was there in his public car park that listened to it?
Umpteen people filmed it.
Right, okay. So what we're saying is that an altercation...
Because Josie knew it would get into the public domain.
Are we saying that grown men can't have an altercation? Is that what we're saying?
No, we're not saying that.
So, yes, that's what Jim is saying. He's an idiot. That's exactly what he's saying.
But what did it lead to? It led to a pile-on at the airport, which involved Anthony Taylor's family.
So basically, grown men behaviour get excused. Individual grown men that can take their own reactions to things are excused by the fact that Mourinho had a go at a referee. That's the reasons why. That's bias.
So yeah, he didn't reply. Just So me and you can have an argument, and then you have to excuse the idiot over there who wants to, I don't know, throw bricks at us, at one of us. No, I take responsibility for me, you take responsibility for you, and they take responsibility for them. Especially, even if I say, throw bricks at him, he's still going to jail. He ain't going to be, he told me to throw a brick. You don't get off that way. You're not a child. I don't even know if children will get off with that.
Mourinho is that ultimately he will crash and burn, as he did at Roma. Post-Manchester United.
It depends what you think crashing and burn looks like.
When he created the siege mentality there as well.
Yeah, but I think you're biased. I think you don't like Mourinho. I think you've got contempt towards his behaviour, and I think you don't give a... And I think
his behaviour at times is absolutely ridiculous.
But I think...
As is Jim's. I'm going to stop it there because this video is long. It's 11 minutes long, but I'm going to stop it there. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think Jim is hating? I think he's hating, personally. You get me? He's a wind-up merchant, you know what I mean? And he's just not good at it. because I'd say if you watch like Andy Goldstein, wind up merchant, but you can tell he's doing it on purpose, winding you up, I'm having fun, he's having a joke, he doesn't mean what he's saying. Jim believes what he's saying, and Jim is a whole clown, my brother, a whole clown. So that aside, yeah, but I think Jose was right about United. I think all the managers could say the same thing, all of them. Van der Gaal, the one before Ten Hag, can't remember his name, I think he's gone upstairs now. Solskjaer, all them, man. United's been... So now that Jim is fixing stuff, everything would have been better with all those managers. I'm surprised they haven't come out. They must be busy, and Jose ain't busy right now. But that's that. Let me know what you're talking about in the comments to that. Let me know what you're saying about Jim as well. You can go and watch that full clip. You can see it there. Simon Jordan clashes with Jim over Jose Mourinho behavior. Go check that out. Next up, we're gonna see Simon talking smack about Forest. Let go.
English referees going to be on duty at the Euros. This is just into us here. Michael Oliver is one of 2 English referees who will officiate at the Euros. Of course, Anthony Taylor is the other. I wonder what Mourinho thinks of that. Anthony Taylor
Crazy.
is one of 2 English referees and working on VAR.
If I'm honest, we don't have no referees that should be nowhere near international big tournaments. They need to all be retrained.
Stuart Atwell. Stuart Atwell will be working on VAR duty at the Euros come the summer. Well, in a few.
I always relate referees, officials to police because they are the enforcers of rules, i.e. the police are enforcers of laws. And, the football laws are enforced by the officials. Same goddamn thing.
Weeks from now. And of course, England in the Euros, Scotland in the Euros. The 2 referees, Anthony Taylor and Michael Oliver, and Stuart Atwell,
I tell you
on
what,
VAR.
We don't want...
You know what's crazy is Stuart Atwell's on VAR. That means England's going to win. England's going to win. Whatever he's in VAR, England's going to win, innit? This is embarrassing. How are you promoting someone who's just in shit? You want more stress, more problems for him. You don't promote someone that's in shit. I watch a lot of them audit videos when police do madness. And then it takes like years or maybe a couple years for it to go to court and it to get sorted. All between that, them man, they get promoted to captain, sergeants and shit. How is that possible? How is that possible? See how quick it is when someone accuses a player of something, bam, out of here. You're suspended until we know Wagwan. But when it's the referees, it's all right. You can get bigger jobs. You get more Premier League games. You can get to be in the World Cup, in the Euros. You can do all that. How? You haven't figured out if this person's a joke yet.
Stuart Atwell on VAR if Greece are playing, because Marinakis was spontaneously combust, wasn't he?
that's a great observation.
If you don't know, he's talking about the Forest owner. And I would say the same. If I was the Forest owner, I don't want that man being on VAR for my country, even though he doesn't own... It's not like he owns the Greek FA or anything, so there's not much he can do. But with his club, he can do what he wants.
One has to think, though, Simon, obviously, logic tells me that Stuart Atwell has been chosen because he's pretty darn good when it comes to operating in the VAR truck.
Or maybe he's the best of a bad bunch by other people.
Are you taking the piss? See how Jim just said that? Knowing Wagwan. How can you say that? How can you say that knowing what's happening right now? This week, last weekend, whatever you want to call it, it's embarrassing. Jim is an embarrassment.
People's qualification. Look, we all have our view on the decisions. No one can say that all 3 of those decisions covered the VAR official in glory. Certainly not the third one. The other two we can debate. And
What, Goodison? Yeah.
Souness would have his views, but Danny Murphy had another view. So there shows you the subjectivity of it all.
Right.
But the third one, I think everyone's alighted upon that should have been a penalty. And so when we talk about competency, this argument should be about competency. What Nottingham Forest have made it about is about corruption.
Well, I mean, for those who don't know, Stuart Atwell was on VAR duty at the weekend in that game at Goodison, which Everton won against Nottingham Forest. Since then, there has been an enormous fallout from that match because Forest had, in their eyes, 3 legitimate penalty claims, all turned down, and they insist that Stuart Atwell is a Luton fan and flagged that up before the game was played. But it's our understanding, and we have been at pains to stress this, even although their referee analyst Mark Clattenburg got in touch with Howard Webb prior to the game. It's our understanding here, and I said it yesterday and I'll say it again today, Forest did not ask for Atwell to be removed from the fixture as they...
You're not allowed to. That's what I've heard, is you're not allowed to ask for that. So that's why they worded what they said perfectly. You get me? Yo, your brother there that you're putting in the truck, that is a Luton fan, innit? As soon as someone says that, who's about to have a game, you go to yourself, look at these man here. They're already starting a thing, but light work. All right, cool. Switch it. We go switch it so they can't bring that up again. Simple. It's as simple as that. You don't have... If it don't matter what sport it is, it don't matter what time the sport is. They're meant to have subs, right? Because if the refs get injured, there's someone else to come take on, right? You get me? There's someone else to come. You mean to tell me the whole of St. George's Park, because that's where the van is, isn't it? It's not literally outside the stadium, or is it? Who knows? Who knows? But as far as I know, it's meant to be at St. George's, right? You mean to tell me what? There's only one dude there. There's only one dude to work. There should be bagger man up there. There should be a bag of refs up there just in case shit goes left. You never know what can happen in life. So you need to have people backed up. You know what I mean? They say this guy here is a Luton fan. All you do is go, you know what? Let's change that. Let's change that real quick. Boom. Done. Switch. Get another guy. Tell him to come out the room and go and get another ref. Simple. Simple. And whoever he gets, tell them we give him overtime for making them switch up so late. Sorry. You get me? We give you a bit of overtime, a bit more P. Done. It's not hard. I don't know why this shouldn't have been a thing. This shouldn't have been a thing. What sport do you know where they will just run with it after it being brought up? Because you know they're going to bring it up again because you didn't do anything. If it comes to the Olympics, 100 meters, athletes walk out and be like, yo, that's my ex's dad right there with the gun. He can't be the dude with the gun. Can't be. Or he can't be the ref that flags up if I full start. No, we can't have that. He don't like me. I cheated on his daughter. We can't have this here. You get me? It's not hard. A boxer in the changing room finds out that, I don't know, the brother of his ex is the ref. Like, we can't have this, or is a cousin to the opposition. You can't have this. You just change it. You get me? The man who rings the bell, or one of the judges is so-and-so's granddad. Like, no, we can't have that. That has to go. You got an alliance with the other side. Doesn't matter how lightweight it is. It doesn't matter. It could be you went to school with them. You know what I mean? It could be as simple as you went to school with them. How we know you lot ain't do a thing in school. It don't even matter what the sex is. How we know you two ain't do a thing in school and so-and-so still's got candle burning for man. Nah, blood. You got to fix all of that. You can't have it. And the reason why, and the PG, them man there, they already know, because when their refs come in, when they're first getting their referees, what they make them do, tell us who you support. Why are you asking that question if this don't matter? If it don't matter, they're not going to be biased anyway. They could, why? It makes no goddamn sense. That referee who just killed himself in a Simon interview, like he said he didn't want to put his friend under pressure, all that kind of bullshit. Shows you what these men are on, shows you what time they are on. We can't have this. You can't have this. You wouldn't have that ref. I think he supports Hartlepool. You can't have them man there refereeing the team that they support. Die hard. You see him in the stands going crazy for his team. There's a reason why he could never ref that. can never be linesman, can never be VAR for that. Well, I don't think they have VAR that low down, but you know what I'm saying? There's reasons. These people are insane, man, or they're just slow. You get me? You need to go and watch this video because there's a phone call from a Forest fan who holds his own up against Simon. You get me? I don't want to play all of it because it's just a long video. I want to get to my last video reaction, which is Jamie O'Hara slams Jason Cundy because he's got a different view on Wagwan Tuesday evening. He's got a different view. It's crazy. I ain't watched the video, so I want to hear what he's got to say. It was all the title. So we shall see. Here we go, man. We're going to wrap this up. Let's get it.
Well, we asked for him. He showed up. It's Jason Cundy, right, Jace?
All right, Jace.
All right, boys, how we doing?
I'm all right, mate. How you feeling?
You know what, mate? I'd rather open a bee's nest naked than speak to you today.
You know what, mate? Fair play. You always show up. I know it's every week, but it's embarrassing.
No. What is me showing up or?
I thought you might. Hey, Jace, I thought he was going to bring you on tonight. He's brought Silver on at 5-0. I thought you might have had a chance of playing tonight.
Dino, listen, right? Listen, right? I'm hurting, right? What do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about me or talk about Chelsea?
I want to talk about Chelsea, mate. I want to talk about your football club.
He's hurting.
Go on, then. Go on, then.
Go on, then. You talk.
What's the question? It's your job.
No,
right,
what's
Jason,
the question?
I'll ask
you know
you the question.
You're a joke. What's
Jason,
the matter with you?
did Chelsea
you know the question.
go
You're a
on the
joke.
pitch tonight against one of the best teams in the league with the right attitude, individually or as a group, or have they gone out there and just thought we'll just see what happens?
Right. First half, I thought Arsenal were average. I thought Chelsea were, after the first 4 minutes, right, we were poor. I felt for...
Wait, what? Wait, who? Oh, he must have been watching an old game where we spanked them before, because I don't know what he's talking about. What's he talking about? What is he talking about?
Rafi Gilchrist get on his right back, making his Premier League debut, and Trossard there gets the goal. Petrovic poor near post. After that, I've got to tell you, I thought Arsenal were bang average first half. Bang average. We had chances. And
See, Jimmy O'Hara, you know he's an idiot anyway, but more time, you can't be a dickhead. Get me? There's time for banter, and then you got to be real with it. Come on.
half time at 1-0.
Look at them. Look. O'Hara trying to get eye contact with Dean. Like, is he must be traumatized. Jason Cundy has to be traumatized. That's why he's talking like this.
Why do you think Arteta got booked? Because Arsenal weren't at it, right? Arsenal weren't at it.
What game are you watching?
Why do you think Arteta got booked? Because Arsenal weren't at it? No, because your player should have got red carded for the dirty foul on Tommy. He's oh my god. Oh my god.
What game are you watching? Are you having a laugh?
You've been in the players' lounge.
No, listen to me, right? Arsenal weren't at it, right? And that's why
you're joking.
Arteta,
you're joking.
No, I'm not joking, right? I've done the comment, right? Second half, I agree with you. Second half, appalling. Second half,
man trying to say Arteta got booked because Arsenal weren't at it. He wasn't watching the game. He wasn't doing his job. Chelsea should sack him. He's not doing his job. He's in there on his phone. Arteta got sacked Arteta got yellow carded because Arsenal wasn't on it. Are you mad?
Appalling. We had chances. Jackson had chances. Arsenal weren't at it.
Jay, sorry, mate. Sorry. Hold on. Sorry, mate. Don't come on here. I know you're a Chelsea man. Don't come on here and say that Arsenal were average in the first half, mate. It could have been 4-0 at half time. You got absolutely battered. You might have had one shot. I think Mudryk had one cross where Jackson might have poked his head on it. That was it, mate. You got totally dominated, totally outclassed, totally overrun. Don't come on here and say that you were all right.
No.
Come on, mate.
First half, we weren't bad at all. After conceding the first goal, I thought we adapted well. Cucurella with a chance, right? Yes, they could have scored.
Nah, he's worse than a Tottenham fan, and that's a Tottenham fan right there. Jamie don't know what to do, what to look. He's in Oh, Jason, you've embarrassed yourself. You've embarrassed yourself. That's the word of the week. Embarrassing, embarrassment. Wow. Wow. That's sad, man. That's sad. That ain't good for football, man. You're an embarrassment.
Right, second half. No. I'll talk to you about the second half. Second half.
Jace, I'm sorry, but I can't take you seriously, mate. I can't believe you're coming on here and saying that.
No, first half.
Oh, Jace, come on, mate. Honestly, you're miles off it. You're miles off it.
What, Jay, you're probably on your phone again, texting someone. That's what you were doing.
That's what you were doing, Jason. That's what you were doing. You are an embarrassment to say that. Wow.
Jace, you're miles off it. You were not at it. You were rubbish. Don't come in here and say that the first half was a good performance. Arsenal battered you from the first whistle.
Thank you.
No. You've not watched the game, right? You've asked my opinion on the game, right? I'm telling you my opinion on the game, right?
Give us a proper opinion, though, Jace. Not one where you're hired by Chelsea. Come on, mate.
No. I'll give you a 90-minute appraise the game, right?
But that's not true, though. That's not true, Jace. That's not what happened.
No, Jay, first half, I don't know what you were doing. You were probably on Instagram again.
Oh, Jace, listen, don't start being an idiot.
I thought they had a good quarter of an hour just before half-time, Jace. They had a good quarter of an hour where they could have... Jackson handled the ball. He could have headed it in the net.
That's the point.
It's got a score. I wasn't disappointed in that first half performance at all. I felt the first 15, 20 minutes...
shocking.
No, first 15, 20 minutes...
That just shows, see, these ex-footballers, but you know what? You have to say, I personally think he's hiding behind, he works for Chelsea. What's he going to say? He works for Chelsea. What are you going to say? You get me? The only person I know that is balanced and they work for their club is Michael Richardson. Big Macca. You get me? These man, that's embarrassing. You got wiped the floor with. Shit.
Fallen, no, Jace. It shows how far you've fallen.
Oh, no, we've fallen. I'm not going to argue with that one. No, you ain't going to get an argument out of that one, out of me. Second half, right, we'll have the conversation about our second half.
I mean...
Capitulation, it was terrible. I'm embarrassed by the...
No, you're embarrassed by yourself. I'm not even listening to the rest of that. Oh, my God. He's embarrassed his friend, who's a Tottenham man. Look at Jamie. Look at him. He doesn't know what to do. Dean don't know where to look. Nah, man, we can't have this. This is embarrassing. Jason Cundy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Has anyone seen Chelsea? God damn it. Has anyone seen the King's Road? It's embarrassing. Wow. But people, I'm going to wrap this up. Show wrap up. Lovely jubbly. We out here, got those topics out the way. Hope you enjoyed the show. I'm going to be chopping these up and dropping them. You get me? But that's the end of it. That is the end of it. I can't believe Jason Cundy just said that. That is criminal. That is criminal. I can't believe it. Oh, my God. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm out of there, people. I beg you, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next week. Hopefully 5 will be here with me. You know what I mean? London Derby would have done past and everything. So we'll have a lot to talk about. Stay good. Stay blessed. And I'll see you on the next one. Oh!
Whistle blows on another electrifying episode of Bar Level. We're reminded that greatness isn't just achieved, it's expected. Because here, as fans and supporters, we set the bar. Into the ultimate sports showdown, where passion meets precision, and the spirit of competition thrives. Join us next time as we raise the stakes and redefine what it means to be at the top. Until then, keep your eyes on the game, your heart in the action, and remember, here at Bar Level, excellence is the only standard we know.